Honestly, I think this is probably one of my absolute favorite dance productions that we have done. The theme was really cool and the dancers were fantastic. So the combination just made a really successful show. I really wanted a theme this year that took you out of reality. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in the world and I didn't want to think of it at all. And I tried to figure out what I like to do to escape, and that was read books, watch movies, and I decided to make a dance show around that theme.
I think it's the themes this year. I mean, because like it's Once Upon a Time, like that in itself is a really strong theme, and then all the dances are based off of like heroes and villains, so it's like really easy to create a really strong theme for those dances, like with both the music and the choreography. So I think that's what makes the show really memorable, is the theming and the dances.
Definitely as a freshman, I felt super duper hyped because like it was just such a new experience for me, and I really, really loved it. It was amazing. I was a part of opening, Hero, Pocahontas, and I think Femme Fatale, yeah.
I was part of Selena's dance, which is Cruella, and the tap dance, which is Dracula. I think the really cool part in Cruella is where there's a lift. Okay, I'm gonna say too. There's a lift where we lift Olivia up and she like falls into like a basket, and that part's really cool because it has like right before the beat drop. And there's also a part where I flip over Ava H and do like a front handspring and hit the ground, and then the lighting changes, and that's like, ooh, so good too.
I choreographed, myself and Miss Jaeger choreographed the opening number, which was from Wicked, What Is This Feeling? I did Hero and The Witch's Road, and the Saja Boys Soda Pop with the faculty dancers. Honestly, all of them were pretty special to me, so I don't know if I could pick a favorite. I will say that choreographing the lights on the thumbs was pretty cool and really unique, so that one will always stand out. My favorite part of opening is when it's the two circles and Kinetic Crew and HCC are dancing at the same time and they're going different directions, because they have these big movements and they switch off who's up and down. It's just very dynamic and really exciting for the audience.
I'm in 5 dances this year. I'm in Opening, New York's One and Only, Black Panther, Blade, and Green Goblin. And then I also really like how me, Nikhil, and Venus all get solos during Black Panther because it's our senior dance. Yeah. I think for senior dance, I don't think it's meant to be as formal of a routine as the rest of the dances in the show. It's kind of meant as a way to celebrate the seniors, in my opinion, which is why we each got our own solos. We got to choreograph it on our own, so it's kind of up to us what we wanted to make it look like and how we wanted to celebrate ourselves and each other.
My favorite part of the show is probably either opening or finale, because for opening, the show's just starting, so you can really feel the energy of everyone around you. And it's just a really fun number in general. Opening is super fun every single year. And also finale, because the entire cast is on stage at once. And I feel like finale, we get to choreograph finale during HGC, so being able to create choreography for the rest of our class is also really fun. I think this year what's really special about it is that there's a teacher's dance. So this wasn't in previous year productions, and the teachers didn't tell us about it. So on Tuesday during run-throughs, when we finally got to see the dance, I think it was a really exciting moment for the entire cast.
I created Blade, tons of transitional purposes, tons of levels. They work great on their facials, tons of facials, mean expressions. Overall, they did wonderful. I'm proud of every single one of them. The choreography, it was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of transitional purposes, a lot of movement that they did was kind of tough, but at the end of the day, you give them the homework and they killed it every single time. They never gave up, they did their best, and it turns out to be a very, very great routine that they established.
It was pretty much as expected. We had a new lighting designer, which I'd say the lights were great. We loved them all. So many more elements that all came together. There was set, there were hazers, there were some really nice lights that even some of the student choreographers came with the ideas for, to the lighting designer for. And it all came together, and I think it worked out really well, even though we had some hardships during tech.
I think the audience is a really big part of how the dancers also dance, because the more exciting the audience is, the better the dancers respond to it as well. So when the audience is really loud, tonight the audience was really loud. So I think everyone's mood was just lifted, and I think this show went better than the majority of our run-throughs because of the audience. Was I think it was a lot more like exciting and like thrilling than I thought it was gonna be, because the adrenaline of like having a full house is a lot different than just running it for like the entire cast during run through week. And I feel like just to feel the energy of everyone around us was like my favorite part of the show, and it was really different from run throughs. I guess like before the show I was like pretty nervous because it was opening night, and I know a lot of my friends were in the audience watching, but then after the show, being able to like see the audience and to like perform for them, it was a lot more like fun and less stressful than I thought it was going to be.
My experience last year as a dancer put in perspective for me how much work the dancers actually put into the production, because they start rehearsing way earlier than tech even starts to think about the dance production. And they put so much time and effort into it to make it look great that I think without having danced last year, I would have never known that.
I feel very blessed for every single kid that worked their butt off. They did a tremendous work. They overcome all the hardship that we have endured on them. And overall, they made every single choreographer very proud.
This year's seniors are particularly, every senior year that I have had since I've been here, all of them are special. But I will say with these ones is these three dance with their whole heart, and they are committed with their whole heart. And sometimes seniors can kind of get a little bit of senioritis and they like start checking out, and that is not the case with these three. So I think I'll be really sad when they go, because they're just so delightful. And I think I honestly have always said that the seniors set the tone for the dance show, and the way that these seniors love dance, that's what it feels like backstage. It's kind of like last year's theme. All you need is love, except for it just carried right on over to this year.
I think I'm gonna miss like basically everything. Like these last 4 years on dance team and in dance production have been like the best moments of my entire life so far, and it's gonna be really sad to not be able to do this again, to not like be on KK again next year and not spend as much time with them anymore. I think it's how well we're all able to get along with each other, and how like even though everyone is like different in their own ways, some people a lot of people have different skill levels, stuff like that, we're all able to get along, we're all able to lock in, like focus when we need to, hang outside of school when we need to, and they've kind of just become like a second family to me.